Participants honor the Buddha at Tzu Chi's Buddha Day ceremony held at the CKS Memorial Hall. Tzu Chi volunteers in Malaysia held Buddha Day ceremonies to bring peace and blessings for the world. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Marilee Shoda. Thank you for joining us. Every year, thousands of people join the Buddha Day ceremony held at the Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall in Taipei. This year, not only did 600 people perform the bell and drum at the event, but President Tsai Ing-wen also participated in the solemn ceremony. Although it was raining lightly, all the participants piously paid their respect to the Buddha and prayed for a world free of disasters.
Tzu Chi.
The compelling drum beat officially opens the Grand Buddha Day ceremony.
天地动荡，灾难不断。
The participants clasped their hands with piety as the Dharma masters walk into the venue. Besides government officials and ambassadors, President Tsai Ing-wen is also present at the Buddha Day ceremony.
祈愿佛陀慈悲。
Everyone reads out a prayer, delivering their best wishes to all parts of the world.
献灯烛，供灯烛香汤。
600 people, mostly youngsters and even one 9-year-old, also participate in a performance of the bell and drum at the occasion. Bowing to the Buddha and receiving fragrant flowers, the participants pay their tributes to the Buddha and purify their hearts. Although it was sprinkling, all the participants of the Buddha Day ceremony still seized the occasion to piously pray for a prosperous country and a world free of disasters. Next, let's take a look at the behind-the-scenes production to see how the Dharma masters rehearsed for their drum and bell performance and the recording for the incense chant. 168 Dharma masters participate in the bell and drum performance, ringing the bell loudly to awaken hearts. Thanks to the participation of these Dharma masters, the Buddha Day ceremony was quite a sight to see. However, the synchronized choreography has been the fruition of dedicated rehearsals from the past 2 months. Beginning in mid-March, the Dharma masters who were participating in the performance were grouped into 15 to 20 people per session to learn the movements from Tzu Chi volunteers.
今年多了中国
This year, the bell and drum element was added. During rehearsals, I was very moved. When singing and ringing the bell, it uplifted everyone's heart. From walking to things to watch out for, volunteers explain each and every detail, while the Dharma masters listened and paid attention to the rehearsals.
Through ringing the bell, we can awaken many of the sentient beings' spirituality, just like how Master Zhengyan guides everyone to walk on the Bodhisattva path.
Thanks to the Dharma Master's participation, this special Buddha Day ceremony united the hearts of everyone to bring about a sound of blessings for all sentient beings. Meanwhile, a strong chorus of the incense chant sung by Dharma Masters begins this ceremony. The solemn chanting echoes throughout the hearts of everyone.
We are united with the same mindset, so when we sing together, it sounds very peaceful and harmonious. We all have the same wish to pass this goodness on to all sentient beings.
A month before the event, 12 Dharma masters from Taiwan and China gathered in a recording studio in Taipei to work on the chant recording.
Everyone is here with a heart of gratitude to record the incense chant. The recording studio is able to harmonize our voices so the audience can listen with joy.
After multiple takes and countless communication between everyone, the Dharma masters spent 2.5 hours to finally complete the perfect take.
The 400-some Dharma masters from different temples work together to present a beautiful chorus of the incense sutra. Together, they spread hope and happiness while safeguarding all sentient beings. At the Buddha Day ceremony held at the CKS Memorial Hall, many media professionals also joined the event to pray for society. Many of these special guests were deeply touched to see thousands of people pray piously at the occasion.
At the Grand Buddha Day ceremony, the participants include President Tsai Ing-wen and former President Ma Ying-jeou.
祈愿全球百业兴盛。
宗教有抚慰人心的各种功能。
Religions can put people's minds at ease. In Taiwan, there is a prosperous religious culture, which is world famous. People who come to Taiwan can also feel people's piety and see how religions help harmonize the society.
Besides the Minister of the Ministry of the Interior, who has come with ministry officials, Mayor of Taipei Ke Wen-je also came with city government officials to pray for other mothers in the world. Regardless of their status, other participants pray piously for the well-being of the country as well as for world peace. Meanwhile, besides government officials, many senior media professionals also joined the Buddha Day ceremony. The deputy manager of TVBS has joined the Buddha Day ceremony for the 4th time. He hopes that the event can help inspire people's love and compassion.
People are doing something together, practicing their compassion. If such positive energy can be spread, it will affect many more people. I think it will help purify each one of us, as well as the society. Therefore, I think this is an auspicious occasion.
In addition, another media professional is deeply touched to see thousands of people join the event with a pious heart.
Considering the current condition of our society, I think it is necessary to join activities like this one to purify our hearts. I think this is also an opportunity to pray for our country.
Praying for Taiwan and the world, these media professionals also hope to harmonize the society with their efforts.
Other special guests of the Buddha Day ceremony at the CKS Memorial Hall included policemen, firefighters, and new immigrants from 5 different countries.
Sawadika. Xin chào. Mình là bà Xin. Konnichiwa. Magandang araw po.
These foreign women have settled in Taiwan and are participating in this year's Buddha Day ceremony. They each made a wish at the day's event.
今天来全家平安，祈求小孩比较听话乖乖，
就是大家平安健康就好。
我的儿子高中毕业，祈求大学顺利。
As mothers, these 30 new immigrants are concerned about the peace of their family.
今天为了参加实际浴佛活动，特别挑选了亮丽的衣服。
Most of them are attending Tzu Chi's Buddha Day ceremony for the first time. With everyone's sincerity, this event is extraordinarily solemn and beautiful. Here's another special guest who is a police officer from Burkina Faso who is going to study in Taiwan. He was invited by the National Police Agency to attend this year's Buddha Day ceremony, which is his first contact with Buddhism.
It's like for a new baby who come at a ceremony and his parent and his friend present him to ask them a benediction for him. I think that is elect for me today.
All of these new immigrants, policemen and firefighters dressed in their best to attend this event, as they aim to purify their souls and minds while praying for peace and happiness for their families.
Tzu Chi set up a few emergency medical stations to safeguard against any unexpected medical emergencies during the annual Buddha Day celebration. The stations offered assistance in case of heat stroke or other medical issues. Whenever there's a large-scale event, emergency medical care stations are the most important service it can offer. At the Buddha Day ceremony venue, we can see there are 4 emergency medical stations safeguarding the participants' health.
没有睡好，加上太累，睡眠不足，然后天气闷热。因为天气炎热哈，中暑。
Because the temperature is hot, some might experience heat stroke, dizziness, some might vomit.
会想要呕吐。
The medical team helps to bandage up this man's hand as accidents happen.
He fell and broke his skin, so we're treating it.
The elderly's chronic issues, such as the heart or their blood vessels, might act up. These are more emergency issues.
According to laws in Taiwan, large-scale events must set up an emergency medical station for every 5,000 people in attendance. The station must not only have emergency medical equipment, but also international standards medicine as well.
We have prepared some medicine at the emergency station. If attendees need them, the EMTs have access to it.
With this many medical professionals and these emergency stations on standby, they ensure the safety and health of the attendees of the Buddha Day ceremony. After the main ceremony in Taipei was finished, volunteers remained behind to make sure the site was cleaned. They asked participants to check the area around them so that the crowd wouldn't leave behind trash at the CKS Memorial Hall.
After all of the Buddha Day ceremonies have been completed here in Taipei, many volunteers remain at the site of the ceremony in order to return it to its previous state. They were especially careful to remove all the pieces of tape that were used as markers for the ceremony.
This year, as part of our activities, we asked everyone to grab the tape markers around them. That way, we won't need to spend so much time going back to each spot collecting them all.
With everyone working together, volunteers easily clean up the waste to return the environment to its original state.
I collected some from other people. It can all be recycled, and we can put them to use again. That's what I'm thinking.
Since we want to do things a bit more thoroughly, and everyone has already helped out a lot, we are really grateful. We just ask everyone to make a check around their spot and make sure it is clean.
In addition to the joy of the Buddha Day celebration earlier in the day, people are also putting their values into action by making sure the space they use is cleaned up and well cared for.
Next, we'll join some Buddha Day celebrations in Malaysia, stopping by Malacca and Kuala Lumpur. Both locations had excellent turnout with thousands of people joining the ceremonies to pray for peace and blessings for the entire world. At the ceremony in Kuala Lumpur, more than 3,000 people make up the human formation. Volunteers arranged themselves into images of mountains, rivers, the moon, and the sun, as well as characters for Jingsi, with everyone working together.
In the classics, they always emphasize that the people learn the Dharma and help awaken other people. Venerable Master In Shun always tells us to work for Buddhism and all sentient beings. In these past years, we can see how the entire world is changing. We have realized that the problem is in people's hearts. To purify society, we must first purify people's hearts.
Coming from Taiwan, Tzu Chi seeds of love have been planted in Malaysia. The volunteers in blue and white use the symbols of the sun and moon to represent Tzu Chi's ever-continuing mission across the world.
With activities like these, besides learning about the Buddhist rituals, we actually learn so much more. Actually, Buddhism isn't just a religion, it is so much more. And there are so many things we can do that also accord to the principles of Buddhism.
The Buddha Day ceremonies in Kuala Lumpur were a great success, with 7 ceremonies held in total, with over 13,000 people celebrating throughout the day. Meanwhile, in Malacca, over 6,000 volunteers and attendees clasped hands together, chanting praises and praying for blessings.
The Buddha Day ceremony offers everyone a safe place where people can all come to play for blessings for their families.
One Indian man in attendance came to the ceremony to pray for his sick daughter.
She got a cancer in the body, almost 6 months. There's so many love here, so my worry is gone. And I know the love can help me. The truth love can help me.
The love here crosses all boundaries of religion and ethnicity. Among the crowd is also volunteer Nadara Jan, who in February shaved a beard he had been growing for over 40 years before he put on the Tzu Chi uniform.
Come here, must clean. Yes, respect. I like dreamer. I can wear this one today. I'm very proud, you know. I can see, hey, I'm a children from my master, you know.
In Singapore, a 2017 Buddha Day ceremony was hosted by the Tzu Chi Singapore chapter. The event was attended by many Dharma masters and a total of 3,000 residents.
The Tzu Chi Singapore chapter hosts the 2017 Buddha Day ceremony at the square of the Jinsi Hall. It is attended by a total of 24 Dharma masters and 815 Tzu Chi volunteers.
We don't have any sectarial differences.
We have no sectarian differences here. We are all disciples of the Buddha who make the world united with the power of benevolence.
Is the whole world united with this strength?
I can feel Master Zheng Yan's aspiration leading everyone to do good for all beings and spread the Dharma. This is a very rare opportunity.
Volunteers show the beauty of uniformity, attracting many residents' admiration.
It is not easy since this year marks Tzu Chi's 51st anniversary. When I passed by here, I saw the scene was very solemn. All of the performers wore Tzu Chi's qi pao, and the formation was very neat and orderly.
A tea ceremony is also held for the attendees to express their love.
I was deeply moved. I didn't have the chance to express love to my mom, so I took this opportunity to say, "Mom, I love you."
On this day, a total of 3,000 residents participated in this event. They not only received a better understanding of the Buddha's wisdom, but they have also developed more intimate family relationships.
Staying in Singapore, Tzu Chi's home care service team held a special advanced Buddha Day ceremony for care recipients suffering from mobility issues. They arranged transportation along with flowers and tea for participants. Despite the difficulty in their lives, the event showed these recipients they weren't alone.
Patients and caregivers are expressing their gratitude with a number of touching stories about devotion. 67-year-old Ying Yuan Ai cares for her 91-year-old mother who suffers from dementia. She is gentle and loving towards her mother.
Because she took care of us when we were young, now we should take care of her when she is older. This is our responsibility. It's not difficult. I always love her.
I always love her.
Tzu Chi's home care service team in Singapore held an early Buddha Day, inviting care recipients suffering from mobility issues and other patients to participate. Each year, the number of participants declines because of failing health, as Lim Kim Yan tries to savor this moment.
Day to day, there are fewer patients as some experience problems and have had to go to the hospital or are uncomfortable. They don't have the chance to go to the Buddha Day ceremony as some may have already passed away. We try to give them as little of this understanding of the Buddha and good fortune.
This Buddha Day ceremony is meant to help those experiencing trouble in their lives, giving them strength to rejuvenate and persevere through hardship.
In Korea, there are only 2 certified Tzu Chi volunteers, and they happen to be married to each other. This year, the wife, Yan Shuling, led some Tzu Chi members from Korea to Hualien, Taiwan, to attend the annual Buddha Day ceremony. Meanwhile, her husband, Park Dong-seb, stayed in Incheon and hosted Tzu Chi's first Buddha Day ceremony in Korea.
This Korean Tzu Chi volunteer, Pa Dong-sep, takes the responsibility to organize Tzu Chi's first Buddha Day ceremony in Korea. In recent years, many young students in Korea travel to Hualien, Taiwan to study at the Tzu Chi schools, allowing their parents a chance to learn about Tzu Chi. Invited by Pa Dong-sep, over 30 participants attend this event, including the abbess from one of the 5 famous temples in Korea.
Everyone on site has good affinities with one another. It could have started during the era of Sakyamuni Buddha. This cause is very special and it has lasted for a long time. We should cherish this affinity and practice the spirit of kindness, compassion, joy, and giving to do good deeds.
The venue of the Buddha Day ceremony is simple but solemn. Although the attendees cannot truly practice the whole ritual due to the lack of special containers, they still show their utmost sincerity and dignity.
In Myanmar, Tzu Chi volunteers recently traveled to a farming village to host the Buddha Day ceremony. The ceremony was the first one organized in a Burmese village. It was attended by more than 400 villagers. Some of them even brought rice to be donated.
To host a Buddha Day ceremony at a Burmese village for the first time, Tzu Chi volunteers and Tzu Chi spent much time setting up the venue. Buddha Day ceremony has a special meaning for the villagers in Shuanagun. Therefore, many seniors come early in the morning, while children also donate the rice their families saved. The participants calm their minds to follow the Tzu Chi volunteers, bowing to the Buddha and receiving the fragrant flower. Despite the high temperature, the participants still conduct a walking meditation, praying for peace of mind.
The road is uneven, making it difficult to come to this remote area. In addition, the weather is extremely hot. I'm deeply moved to see these Tzu Chis move the benches to set up the venue for the ceremony. The volunteers also seized the occasion to celebrate Mother's Day. Dao Ting Sen and her family of 4 generations participate in serving tea and cutting nails for their mothers to express their gratitude. My mother lives far away from me, and I usually only help her clean the house. This is the first time I cut her nails. My heart was beating fast. I'm grateful to my mother, and I hope I will still be her child in my next life.
In the aftermath of the ceremony, the volunteers also bring the Buddha statue to the houses of some seniors who could not attend the ceremony. This way, they can also pay respect to the Buddha, purifying their minds.
Elementary students from Tainan Tzu Chi Senior High and Hualien Tzu Chi University's affiliated high school both honored their parents in an event. Students not only performed parts of the Sutra of profound gratitude towards parents, but also served tea and washed their parents' feet. Let's take a look at their ceremonies at the end of the program. Thank you for joining us today. Goodbye.